Well, my dad died. Well, I flew back. He was dying, and I flew back. And I was over at the VA hospital on the 8th floor in Shreveport, and he was dying. And I said, you know, Dad, my entire life, we've never told each other we loved each other. Wow. Yeah. And I just want you to know that I love you. Yeah. And he looked at me like I was from outer space. And he said, well, don't you know I love you? And we never said that. So,
sure.
You know, I was able to kind of get some.
Say it once for the record.
Once for the record. And what happened was my dad, his God was materialism. Sure. About 3 years before he died, he had a massive financial failure, lost everything. I mean, they were stone broke, eating beans and weenies out of a can. That moment for him caused him to come to the Lord. Mm-hmm. I mean, I came home a couple of times unexpectedly and caught him reading the Bible. And I was like, whoa, what is this? You're reading the Bible.
I love it. Yeah.
And,
well, God does that. You know, I mean, that's just, you know, sometimes God has to, as I say, put us on our back or put us on our knees.
He does.
You know, when everything is going well and we feel self-sufficient, you know, especially here in the United States, you know, we can feel like we got control over situations and certain amount of money or wealth and all that people don't feel a need for the Lord. They don't.
Or even as believers, because, you know, you were a believer when you got so sick. I was shocked. I was reading, you know, your story, and I just thought, you know, here is a person who maybe your life was pretty much together. I mean, yeah. you had everything going for you. And then the Lord just took you to a point of just, I mean, he stripped you to nothing.
Yeah, I did.
And I see a huge change in you.
Well, there is. And, you know, I was just kind of like you said, life was good. You know, I believed in the Lord and doing my little part, you know, but when you go through that near-death experience like I went through, and you know that God spared your life, that God, just every breath, you know, that I was struggling, you know, God kept me alive. It gave me an awareness of the brevity of life, you know. You know, my mom always used to say, you know, growing up, and it doesn't hit you, it doesn't mean anything until you're there. Yeah. Mama always said, you know, if you don't have your health, yeah, you don't have much.
Yeah, and that's just, you think, that's what old people say.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was there. I wasn't worried about how much money I'd accumulated. I wasn't worried about, you know, financial things or material things at all. You know, I was worried about, you know, my relationship with the Lord, my time with my daughter. You know, I was praying, God, give me more time with her.
So that need for humility, whether it's as an unbeliever to come to faith or as a believer walking in faith, to me, at least, because it's happened to me several times.
Yes.
When my first wife left me, it was a major reset.
Yes.
I mean, it just causes you to completely reset your whole being about how you look at God. What is my relationship with God?